Cannot believe I'm saying this. It's time to go dove farming, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. You guys have been getting in the comments, getting active, views are running up. It's that time. April 23rd. Was down here this weekend, popped a beautiful turkey. That video will drop soon, if not already. But it's time to start dove farming. About to spray these fields with glyphosate, get everything burned down. This is year 3 with this sprayer set up, and I am so glad we bought this, especially for the money. It was a $300 price point. I put a higher 5 gallon per minute motor on it. It did have a 2 something, so I doubled the motor size for another $100. So for all in, for about $400, this works fantastic for maintaining a 4-acre hobby farm field. Quart is 32 ounces. The sunflower field this year is what we'll call it. We'll have a sunflower field and a cornfield. And historically, 30 gallons gets me about that 3/4 acre. If you caught the herbicide cheat sheet video, you know we're out here with glyphosate, 2 quarts per acre, just burning the field down to get it ready for planting. This is the sunflower field again this year. The long field, which we'll walk over to next, we're planting Roundup Ready dwarf field corn, which I'm excited about. But we're gonna talk about that more later. Today, we're just burning it down with glyphosate. This is a great example of what I was talking about earlier. This summer weed growth that's coming on is way down deep in here. If these oats were all standing up tall, the herbicide wouldn't find that. Now, the tiller would take it out, but it wouldn't kill it systemically. By bush hogging it a week ago, I was able to free up the ground so we can get that herbicide down there. Got the sunflower field sprayed out. Now we're headed over to the long field where we planted sunflowers last year. But if you watch that episode, or that season rather, the deer ate out 3/4 of the field. So until we get it protected with electric fence, we're not planting sunflowers. They're just too expensive. So now we're gonna plant Roundup Ready corn, but we're gonna do the same process where we burn the whole thing down with herbicide. By waiting an extra week to spray, a lot of these summer weeds have come in. There's some wild strawberries in here. There's some lamb's quarter. Certainly the yellow mustard, that's actually a fall weed. But by waiting an extra week, a lot more of that spring seed bank is popping up, and we'll be able to come in here and smoke that with the herbicide and get way ahead of our weed control this year. You have no idea how happy it makes me to see Dad on the tractor back there. He had a really rough winter, a lot of medical problems, we won't get into it, but he is finally feeling a lot better, and we got him back here on the tractor, and I know he's glad to be back on the tractor. While Dad's wrapping up the spraying, I'm gonna take you through really quickly what the overall plan this year is. The long field that is not fully protected with electric fence is going to be Roundup Ready dwarf field corn. First time ever planting field corn. The upper field, we upgraded from metal T-post to wooden driven post, and that is going to be fully electric fenced off again this year to protect those sunflowers. We just are not going to give the deer a chance to eat us out. The very back field that was brown top millet last year is going to be brown top millet again this year, but we're actually going to wait another 3 weeks to plant that and stagger it so it'll be mature later in the season. Millet turned out really good last year, and there was still plenty of seed on the ground when it was time to burn it for the doves, but I do think it matured out a little bit too early when we planted it at the same time as the sunflowers. Sunflowers and corn are a 90-day crop, millet is a 60-day crop, so we're gonna go ahead and bump that back 3 weeks. That'll also help stagger when we're in the field out here. We don't have to work, cultivate, spray 3 fields at a time. We can stagger it. We can do 2 one time, come back later and do that 3rd field. Kept this video short and sweet. That's a wrap. We got the 2 upper fields sprayed out for the sunflowers and the corn. We'll be back out here in 2 weeks to put some seed in the ground. That'll be the first weekend in May as it's currently looking like. But until then, thank you guys for checking in. We're just kicking off. A lot more videos to come. Planting sunflowers, planting corn, spraying pre-emergence, planting millet. We'll probably burn another field. A lot of good things coming. So if you've not subscribed, please hit the button. I don't make any money on subscriptions, so please feel free to do it. That lets me know you're enjoying the content, and it motivates me to keep making more. Thank you so much for all of you that have subscribed. Thank you for the support. Catch you on the next one.